often I find that students don't even really know where to start with questions like Part A. It's just, a bit of information wordy and then like show that this quadratic equation is true. People can then have a good go at solving that to work out Part B. But, let's look at the Part A and just think about what's going on. The first thing I would do is draw a cuboid. Just get that little sketch drawn and then start thinking about what's going on. It's got length x. Let's call this one x. It doesn't actually really matter because I could imagine rotating it. The width of the cuboid is 4 less than its length. So let's call this one, this length here, the width. Then it's going to be 4 less. It's going to be x minus 4. That's important. And then the height of the cuboid is half of its length. So the height is going to be a half x. And maybe I could have called this 2x and then I wouldn't have had a fraction, but hey, I've done it now. All right, and then the surface area is 90 and show that this is true. This is making a bit more sense because I can work out the surface area in terms of x. So let's look at, I'm not going to go into as much depth as when you first find surface area of cuboids. I'm going to do it a bit more quickly because this is the last question. Right, let's look at the top. The top rectangle is going to be x multiplied by x minus 4. But the bottom is also going to be that because it's a cuboid, so I'm just going to go straight to that, top and bottom. Then I'm going to add the sides, and that's going to be a half x, because that's the height of this rectangle, times by x minus 4. But I've got 2 of them, so I can just cross that bit out. And finally, I should have probably done this in different colours, and I've got this front and the back, I suppose, and that's going to be x times half x. X times a half x, but again, I've got 2 of them, so that's going to cancel, and that is equal to 90. And if you can get to that, you're in a really good place to be able to finish this off. So next bit I'm going to do is expand these out. I'm going to get 2x squared minus 8x plus x squared minus 4x plus x squared equals 90. These, hold on, no, they're not going to cancel. I thought they were going to cancel there. I'm going to get 4x squared by combining my like terms, minus 12x. I'm going to bring the 90 over, so minus 90 equals 0, and then I can see I'm pretty much there. I just need to divide by 2. 2x squared minus 6x minus 45 equals 0. So it will work out. It's just starting it off. Get your cuboid drawn. Now work out the volume of the cuboid. That means I'm going to need to find x, so I need to solve this. Is this going to factorize? Well, it doesn't say it's not going to factorize, so I always just think, let's give it a go. We might waste a minute or two, but I reckon I'm going for it. I reckon it will. So we're going to try and factorize this quadratic on the left. So I know if it's going to factorize that it's going to be a 2x and an x. And then I need 2 numbers that multiply to give minus 45 and add to give minus 6. So the ones that jump out to me are 9 and 5. Let's just put a 9 here and a 5 here. And one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Now I'm going to get if I multiply these two, I'm going to get 10x. I'm trying to decide how much detail to go into here. 9 times x is going to be 9x. There's no way that I could get 6x, so that can't work. What if we swap it round? We'd get 5 and 9. So then I'd get 18x, and I'd get 5x. That's not going to work either. Oh dear, you know what? I thought that was going to work. Okay, so we're going to have to try something else. What else goes into it? Well, 15 and 3 will. I'm going to put 15 here and 3 here. If I put 15 on the right-hand side, it's going to be way too big. I'm going to get 30 straight away. So Here I'm going to get 6x when I multiply my 2x by my 3, and then I'm going to get 15x. Again, I can't sort of subtract them to make it work. So this is not looking good unless I've missed something. What else could I try? I've tried 9. I suspect this is not going to factorize actually. So you know what? I'm just going to take the plunge. Maybe I've made a mistake, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use the quadratic formula. X equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac square rooted, all divided by 2a. So in this case, b is minus 6, so minus b is 6. 6 plus or minus 6 squared minus 4 times 2, a is 2, times minus 45. This is all square rooted, divided by 4, because that's what 2a is. And now I just put this in my calculator. I mean, I could try and do it by hand, but there's no need. Get the fraction button first. 6, let's deal with the plus first of all. Square root, minus 6 squared is 36. And then I'm going to get a double negative going on, so it's going to be plus 4 times 2 times 45. And then I'm going to divide by 4. And that gives me a third. So I was in fact right, it doesn't factorize. Whoops, I want to write it as a decimal, so 6.4749. 6.4749, just write it to about 5. Second solution is when, I just realized I've lost, how do I get back? Okay, because I pressed on, I lost my, I'm going to have to write it again, I apologize for this. Right, fraction, I'm going to have to write the same thing out again, but this time the minus. 6 minus the square root of 36 plus 4 times 2 times 45 divided by 4 equals minus 3.47, etc. I'm going to reject this one because I'm only interested in positive values of x because it's a cuboid. So we're nearly there now. We've got what x is. The volume is going to equal x times x minus 4 times a half x. So it's going to be 6.4749 times 2.4749 times 6.4749 divided by 2. 6.4749 times 2.4749 times 6.4, I could have squared it, but oh well, divided by 2 equals 51.879. Yeah, I wasted a bit of time trying to factorize it. I kind of expected it to be honest, but I am there. I just need to round my answers sensibly. So, I mean, I'd get away with this, I think, but I'm going to leave it as 51.9 centimeters cubed. Okay, so quite a lot to do there. Get your cuboid drawn, get the equation. Once you've got the equation, you can use, well, in this case, it doesn't factorize, but you could complete the square as well. Quadratic formula, nice, and if you can remember that, learn it, and then you can just apply that, and then just remember to substitute it in at the end and get your volume.